becoming a wedding officiant or how to really conduct yourself as a wedding officiant. We actually went through it last week. Was it last week? We did. We were live.
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah.
Yeah, we were live last week. And we went over like becoming a wedding officiant and how to like do a mock wedding consultation. And you know, becoming officiant is super easy. You just become ordained, an ordained minister, which anybody can do online. Now it becomes a little tricky when you would have to know like what type of state you're in. So if you're in a state that requires further registration, which there are 16 states that require further registration, which further registration does not put you out of the box. It's just that you have to register within that state in order to be a wedding officiant. There are states that don't require you to be ordained at all, that just accept notaries. But again, it's an extra layer and people have more comfort if you are an ordained minister. But as far as the other states, minus the 16, you can definitely conduct yourself as a wedding officiant. You also can be a traveling wedding officiant. So if you become an ordained minister and you're traveling to a state that does not require further registration, you can always like ordain somebody's wedding. Make sure you officiate it, but you need to know the county guidelines in which they got their wedding certificate from and where they obtained their marriage license in order for you to have it properly filed. Because that's the worst thing in the world. If you don't do your research in the state in which you're officiating and the county in which you're officiating, and you officiate the wedding, it's a beautiful wedding, but you don't know the filing protocols or guidelines in order to make that truly official. A lot of people are waiting on their marriage license in order to change their name and go through Social Security and everything else because it has to be registered. So definitely research in that aspect is super important because every state, even not just the state, but the county in which you get married in, they have certain like guidelines. So my ring light and my glasses is irking me, so let me fix it.
They're both green looking. Were they green? Was the light green too?
Yeah, no, the light is white, but it just I have the blocker for like whatever.
Yeah.
But like so you could be in one county and like officiate always in that county, and it could be like, oh, you have 30 days to return the marriage license, or you could be in another county and it'll be like, oh, you have 90 days to send the license back. Obviously, as a wedding officiant, you want to be as efficient as possible just because it is your business, it is your money maker. So you want to make sure that you return the marriage license as soon as possible.
Yeah.
For my clients, I always offer expedited filing because my county clerk office, if I go and I bring them the marriage license, they will register it right then and there, and then I'm able to give it back to my client. And it's just something that I offer to do, just so they don't have to worry about mailing and processing because, you know, the post office is absolutely too much lately. It's like a lot. Even Amazon.
It's like going in Walmart. It's just like, oh, I gotta hurry.
Yeah, you never know exactly what you're gonna do, and I'm just like, no. But after obviously all of that, you do that research. If you're gonna go into this realm, you're gonna want to like figure out what you're going to name your business. Obviously, I conduct my weddings under Signed by Dominique, and anything I do personally is signed by Dominique because obviously everything essentially is signed by Dominique. Literally. Easier. Yeah, literally. It's just signed by Dominique. But
Lovelee Weddings. So instead of Lovelee Notary, I just put Lovelee Weddings. So you can even do that. If your name is something that you can kind of interchange with the niche that you're tapping into, I would say take advantage of doing that as well.
And don't overthink it because the name of your business isn't going to negate your business. It's going to be the packages that you build. So what kind of packages do you have?
Me? I have, I think just 3. I don't have a lot of packages. One is, and I need to name them, but I know what they're all for. One is a religious. One is like a non-religious. And then I have one that's like you call it like an elopement package. So it's really short, simple, sweet. So I kind of keep it, you know, religious, non-religious, and then something quick. I should probably do more. I will do more. But usually you can build your script too. So
yeah, so I build it differently. So I have, well, Signed by Dominique has 3 packages. So essentially, they have gimmicky names. So I have a kiss and run package, which is essentially you're kissing and you're running. So obviously, the way that I promote that is I will meet you wherever you want to commemorate your love. Any place that's like, I have married people in Starbucks. I've married them in McDonald's. I've married them in strip clubs. I have married them wherever they wanted to. And then I have a love package and I have an adore package. Now, those are just the packages because they have different things. So obviously access to me, how long the ceremony would be, what's included. And each package is different. Obviously, the kiss and run is my elopement. It's just for my quick weddings. But then I let them choose, like within the consultations, like I ask them, do you want a religious wedding, non-religious? Are you looking for something modern, long or short? Is there anything that you want me to include in the wedding or the ceremony that is commemorative of your love? Is there like a funny quote, story, music, lyric, something? Is there a Bible verse that's significant to you and your partner? Is there something that would really touch you and your guests if I put that in there? I also offer to meet, like I ask them if they're writing their own vows. Excuse me. I ask them if they're writing their own vows. If they're writing their own vows, then it becomes a little bit different. But I do offer to listen to their vows separately via Zoom.
Do you do a
just
limit?
So I can make sure.
Like, do you give them a limit for the vows? Because I mean, you're going to be standing up there the whole time. So do you say?
I don't give them a limit just because if they write their own vows, then I choose a shorter vow for me to say. Okay. I still make them do my vows. Why? Because I don't know what they're going to say when they go up there to do their vows. So obviously after I go through and I feed them my vows and they go do that, then I'll just say, and now we're just going to take some time so Bob and Barbara can share some beautiful words with one another and you guys. And then I will put the microphone towards them. That's when they'll say what they need to say. But generally, people that are in love, they tend to cry a lot and just have so much emotion because they put so much love in their vows. Yeah. Like, they just have to. Now, I've been married. I only did vows once and I did not cry because I wasn't in love. This time around, I probably will cry and there will probably be snot. It will probably be really gross. So, yeah.
I'm doing our anniversary because I didn't get to do vows originally, because he didn't want to do them. So he gonna have to hear what I got to say.
You want to know a secret? I already wrote my vows.
You did? Well, you're getting married.
I didn't even pick a location, but that's like fine. I have a notepad and like my vows get longer every day. It's like disgusting. It's gonna be like Aaliyah 4-page letter, so I'm gonna definitely have to like tone it down as we get closer. But vows are like super important. You just want to make sure that you're letting people kind of align their weddings the way that they would like to. I always ask them, I keep it real with my couples. I'm like, listen, what are you really looking for? Like, how is your audience? Do you want a long ceremony? Are you comfortable standing up there for a long period of time? Or are you guys like, I'm eager, I just want to get it over with? And that doesn't change. What they want does not change the pricing of your package because you're giving them what they want. Right. A wedding contract is super, super important. Every wedding vendor has a wedding contract. Make sure you have one because it protects you. Yes. It protects your client. Everybody knows what's stipulated because a lot of people kind of think like the wedding officiant is like the full party host and I'm going to be there all day. I'm not. I do have an hourly rate if you want me to stay for cake and stuff, but you gonna have to pay me. You have to pay. Other than that, I'm gonna do my job. I also have something in there to whereas I will not conduct your wedding if I don't already have your marriage license prior to the actual ceremony. Because once you say I do, everybody's going to want to spend time with you, and I am not chasing you down for a marriage license. Yeah, that's I'm not doing it. I'm not meeting you later. I'm not doing none of that. So if I don't have your license prior to, it's not happening.
Yeah. They won't even know where their license is on their wedding day. Like, what?
Exactly.
Are you asking me this?
And I have certain guidelines like in place as well. Like if you have me for a certain time, when the max time is, what time the ceremony needs to start within when I get there. Because, some people take longer to get ready, what my fee is and everything else, because I make sure I'm paid before I even get on that stage. I am not a stripper. I am not waiting to get paid until I perform. We're not doing that. So you want to make sure. Yeah, or during the performance. Now we do accept CashApp tips, but you just want to make sure that you have everything aligned in that way. But I have that in the contract as well. So if your makeup artist is late, or your sister's cousin's uncle's brother is late, that's not my problem. You know my fee, or I'm leaving, and you can locate somebody else last minute to officiate your day. So I need to be paid. I don't care who pays me. Somebody in that place has to pay me, or you can show up on time. So again, but that's all in the contract. So it doesn't make for a like awkward conversation, or you like messing up somebody's wedding day. I always just poke my head in and just say, listen, I do have other appointments, and everybody's really understanding. It's been like more times than not where people have been late, but I've always gotten paid.
Yeah.
Now there was one time I was at a wedding and it became like really disgruntled, and I kind of felt so bad for the couple. So I did not charge them extra. I just wanted to marry them, more so because it was a lesbian wedding, and like their parents were not okay with the lesbian thing, but like they really loved each other. So it was more like because their parents were so rude and nasty that I wanted to marry them, like more so like, yeah, okay. Even more. Like I'm like, yeah. I'm like, let your dad sit right there. I'm like, let's do it.
You see this, mom, dad?
Yeah, see this? And I'm like, make sure you make the kiss good. And I make it light for them. But I've never showed up for a wedding to where people were like super uncomfortable and didn't want to marry each other. So I feel like it's all about love. People are gonna love who they love. Being the fact of my experiences, from my experiences, I can kind of tell like who really wants to marry each other and who doesn't. And if you don't want to marry each other, and I like pick that up, I will say I am booked and I'm not gonna even participate. Like I will not, just because, like,
just be cool, y'all playing.
Just because, but you definitely want to make sure. Guess who's on my side?
It's on sale right now.
You hear me?
What?
It's in here.
You talking to me? No.
Yeah. Stick is in here. So anyway, hi.
Yep.
So as far as getting married, making sure that like you're consulting with your couple, you have your wedding contract outlined. I always have in my contract just that no matter what the theme of their wedding, I will make sure that I am dressed appropriately as a wedding officiant. Obviously, I will give my couples the option, like if there is a predominant color in their wedding that maybe they would like me to add a touch of. But if you get married and you have like a Jurassic Park theme, I'm not dressing up like a T-Rex. Like I'm not doing that. It's just in my contract. That's what contracts are for. So no. Maybe if the price was right, but no. So you definitely want to make sure that you have everything aligned, and that's just the most important part with any business venture, any facet that you go into, because again, wedding officiant for a notary is a niche. It's a niche, and depending upon like we're in the month of love. February is the love month. Like this one, everybody is like googly eyed and in love, and they just want to just love on people all month. I don't believe in it like that. It's just not. February is Black History Month. I don't really think that it's like,
there we go. There we go.
But as far as like Valentine's Day, but
thing to do is, which we mentioned last time before as well, is to get your clients a gift. and you can simply print it out, create it on Canva, get them a certificate of marriage that you can print and make up your own to gift to them.
Yes, because you are taking their marriage license back to file it, and they won't have it for a while. So a commemorative marriage certificate is so cute. If you give it to them, I've had some printed on like little wood blocks at Walgreens, but I charge enough to where I'm not pressed on printing the certificate and putting it in a frame.
To me,
but it's something like a surprise for them.
That's how you get a repeat customer, is doing the
Absolutely.
stuff. That's
and a lot of people have like the presumption that, oh, well, they're getting married, so it's not, how am I going to get repeat clients? Okay, but they have so many people there. They have friends, they have family, they have everybody there that could possibly be getting married. They might be like getting married again someday, and they might really have liked you.
Nick and Mariah did it for how many years when they were, every year they got married?
Yes.
So yeah, it's a real life thing to get
and even like vow renewals, you should have like a package for vow renewals. It's the same thing as a wedding, except you don't have to file any paperwork. And those are like more so beautiful ceremonies because they don't have like the jitters, they don't have like all the drama. Like they're already married, they're already like structurally sound, and they have the most beautiful vows, the beautiful experiences, and they know exactly what they want. So vow renewals, also unofficial ceremonies. There are people who don't have like their marriage licenses as of yet, or say their family came into town, especially since COVID, their family came into town and they need to get married. They want to get married. They want their family to see them do vows and everything else, which you would still conduct yourself as an officiant, and they would be married, but you just don't have anything to file after.
Right.
So it's like, it's way easier. However, like your price point doesn't change.
Right.
Nothing else changes. Right. So it's super, super, like, it's just, you have to make sure that you are outlining for everybody. A lot of the questions that we get are, if you're not LGBTQ plus friendly, like, how do you navigate that as an officiant? And that is fine. Everybody has their different views. It doesn't bother me.
Yes.
But there are some officiants, for religious reasons and their own personal religious reasons, they're not comfortable, and that's absolutely okay. But what you cannot do as a business person is completely like discriminate against people to where they know it or they see it. So you can say something as simple as, I'm booked for that day, I apologize. And you should always know an LGBTQ plus officiant that could possibly be available, and you kind of just want to gauge them, because again, you cannot judge other people's love or what other people have going on, but you want to just make sure you're conducting yourself professionally, because everybody will respect certain things, as far as race, sex, location, and other things.
There's
the only thing I won't marry anybody like to an animal or like their cousin if I know. But I'm not gonna marry Ike and Tina like to each other. But as far as anything other than that, you just want to make sure that you are really speaking to their vision. And that's the first thing I ask my clients. I go, what is your vision for your special day? Because again, as a bride, and even most grooms, like as soon as they get engaged, they have a vision. Like they're thinking about it. They're thinking about that day. They're thinking about their bride. They're thinking about their groom. They're thinking about what that day could possibly look like. And it might be 10 different scenarios. And all they're looking for you to do as the officiant is kind of gauge them and lead them to what is possible. Right. And that makes it more real. The consultation with you makes that day so much closer, and they kind of get an idea. Like all they know is that you're building that script, and building that script is like so much fun. It's so much fun because again, you're getting to know your couples. You kind of get to know their personalities, and you get to add certain touches to them. Like I had a ceremony for one of our other notaries, a notary for me. I married her and her husband. And they are a very religious couple. So they had about 5 Bible verses that they wanted included in their script. And it was I was able to like place them into the ceremony because they wanted like a modern script. Yeah. They wanted a modern script with 5 special Bible verses that like spoke to them. Yeah. And it was like when I placed them, I saw their eyes light up as I was doing, like, because they never knew when it was coming. All they know is that they asked for it, but they didn't know the exact placement. They didn't know anything, and it made it more fun. Public speaking, but public speaking is like not. It's it's more like I don't look at everybody out there. I just make it about me and my couples, and I never have them look at me. I just have them face each other and hold hands because I don't like when people stare at me in my eyes. It makes me feel weird. I just don't like it.
People who really need to hear you the most are the bride and the groom. Of course, you want audience, but but you need to definitely make sure that your bride and groom can hear you
because it's not your wedding. It's not your wedding. It's theirs, and everybody who's there wants to see them get married, wants to see them love each other, wants to see them like actually like make this official. Mm-hmm. And you will be a part of like the most beautiful things. You'll see people in a different light. Right. And I love like following up with my couples because I don't follow up with them because I don't. But I do have on my calendar like the anniversary of their wedding dates, and I do send an email just saying congratulations, happy anniversary, just touching base with them. And that's the things that count, because if they didn't have anybody to refer you to a year ago, they may have somebody who's getting married, a friend or somebody now. So you definitely want to make sure that you
like, hey, out here. I said it's almost like a reminder when you send them that anniversary thing. You know, you're kind of like remarketing, like, hey, you know, if you need anybody, I'm here. But happy. Yes.
And you want to make sure that you're actually like making them feel special. Yeah. Because you know, some people when they get married, all they have is each other. Mm-hmm. So like you kind of just want to be like, they don't get that happy anniversary because who really remembers? Like I've been to weddings and I don't remember anybody's anniversary. I barely remember my own. I'm bad.
That's me. I'm like, what day? Oh, okay.
I'm bad. The only anniversaries that I have drilled into my mind is like my parents, and that's only because like my mother made it like the passcode to every single thing, celebrated it, had it on the walls, like you just know their anniversary. Like she don't play with that date. Like it's just like it's like such a consistent date, and you're just like it was like drilled into us as children. So remember that's the only anniversary date that I will like know. Me, I'll be like, I'm like such a dude because I'll be like, we got is it? Oh, so if I don't put it in my phone, then I'm bad.
Yeah, same.
I'm horrible. I am horrible.
Somebody you definitely can't legally do that. But what were you talking about?
Which one?
BLK Legal Guru. Oh well, maybe that's why he said it. He's a guru.
And said what?
I don't know what we couldn't legally do. I didn't say anything that we could legally do. Maybe I don't even know if he's even on here. Is he on here still? He might still.
I have no idea.
Whatever. That's neither here nor there. But anyways, we do have, if you are interested in becoming a wedding officiant, we have courses, we have scripts, we have everything you need all in one course. We have a sale on our courses right now, and we have bundled packages. So if you are interested in becoming a wedding officiant and would like our guidance and help, you can definitely take a look at the course we have on HoustonNotaryAcademy.com. Oh, it's a girl. I mean, it's a female. My bad. She said, marry a person to a cousin or a dog. Oh, you can't do that.
Oh, I said I wouldn't do it. It was a joke. It was a joke. I said I wouldn't marry anybody to a cousin or a pet.
I know about it.
But if you get married in Colorado, your dog could be your legal witness because you only need one, and it can be a dog. Just saying. And in Colorado, you can legally marry yourself.
And Dion is in Colorado.
I'm just saying, you can legally marry yourself. So if you have OCD,
is that where Dennis
and you're getting married?
Do you think that's where Dennis Rodman went to? Was to Colorado?
Yes, you could be your own officiant, and have little Sparky, whatever you call dogs,
girl.
Sparky or whatever. Just like stamp the thing. But yeah, Colorado is dope for getting married. But it's cold. It's the whole snow in the background thing. But other things, I just feel like, in my latest, doing research days. But you definitely want to make sure that as an officiant, you're like really putting like your heart forward but again, it is a job. I can't say there's only one ceremony that I conducted that like my heart was like really touched to where my eyes watered. Normally I just pretend because I'm wearing a mask. Like when people say their vows, you kind of just want to make them feel like it's
it saved mine because I'd be putting one on quick if I want to avoid somebody.
No, I always wear a mask at weddings. A, because a lot of people. B, because I can't always control my face. And sometimes people like say, like some vows are like really
wild, bro. They be wild.
Some vows are like really serious. Like there was a wedding and he was like, yeah, and you know that thing we do. And I was like, why would you say that in front of grandma? Grandma is in the front row. Like, why is that in your vows? Like I was like, no.
Who did that?
Yeah, no. Like, and then they shock you when you don't know what they're gonna say. Like, you have this beautiful ceremony aligned. You like create the script, you give them vows, and then they just come and they're like, and now I want to say my own vows. And then their vows are like trash. And you're like, why would you mess up my script? Like, why would you?
Right.
I worked hard on this. Like,
forget the sand.
But there's other stuff that like you have. So like most of the time, like I'll wear a stole. Which is basically like that graduation thing. That's what people know it as. I have a stole. It says minister and then my name, and it has 2 rings on it. Just bands. I didn't put like a diamond ring and not a band, just because I'm inclusive, and you never know what people are gonna do.
And that is excluding right there. Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't want to exclude, so just 2 bands. So I wear a stole. I do have one of those Janet Jackson headsets and a little like speaker, just in case they don't have like a microphone or speakers in their venue. But generally, if they have a wedding and they have a DJ, they'll provide you with a microphone. But I do have that like for outdoor elopements and things, just in case people need to hear me, or so I don't run the risk to yell. And you never want to yell. You don't want to say, so we are gathered here today, because again, as a wedding officiant, it's all about pacing. You want to make it sound beautiful. So you want to say, so we are gathered here today to commemorate.
We all gathered here.
You would. You really would. You really would.
If you ask me to do that, say we all gather, I would go in.
Yeah, not me. It's not for me. Yeah, it's not for me. Pacing is everything as an officiant, and if you take your time, you really won't fumble on your words. You don't have to memorize your script before you go. You have a clipboard there. You have to think, even when you go to church, your pastor has notes.
He sure does. Okay. iPhone, his Bible.
He not just looking at that Bible. He looking at them notes. All right.
So before it came out.
Yes. So you definitely you look down and you just are able to gauge your eyes. It's not like you're just up there by yourself doing your science project in middle school. So you are able, like, don't let the public speaking be a fear for you. If you do fumble on words or you do miss a line, nobody will know, because again, it's your script. They don't know. And if you just flow with it, so his name was Jerry Cole, and like towards the end, I called him Jerry Curl by accident, but everybody laughed and I saved it. But it was good, just because I was getting tired. It was a really long ceremony.
Look, though. Jerry Curl, do you want her?
But it was funny because again, I was able to save it. It was a beautiful ceremony, and so you just definitely. There's ways to like. There's nobody that's ever going to like be on your neck. And again, you're creating the script. Mm-hmm. So if you're able to like flow and you're able to like pivot and just catch where you miss, or if you miss a line, just to pick it back up, you have that freedom. So don't be scared. And even if you're worried about building scripts or script templates, we have those, and we teach people how to get those together as well. But being that it is late, and I think we covered a lot for this live. I appreciate y'all for coming and touching base with us. And we're going to be live more often, probably at night or maybe in the afternoon. I don't know. We're trying to figure it out.
HNA at night. Up.
Yeah, HNA at night, like Nick at night. But if there's something that you guys are interested